VIP gives his Twitch chat GM advice. Have you tried going Mass Phoenix against Mech? And he's given me his MMR. And I just have to say something. I really just have to say something. Unranked. I have to say, get the fuck out of my chat.
Thank you.
Mineral field depleted.
Yeah. Go. This better be out with it.
Oh, blyat! Oh!
How can we help? Mineral field depleted.
MMR steal.
Nothing to it.
Vespine geyser exhausted.
Confirmed.
Base is under attack.
Please, 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 please! Yes, baby!
Give me the now.
We read you. Enough energy. Command center upgrade complete.
Confirmed.
Not enough energy. Insufficient Vespine.
What?
보급고가 부족합니다. 그곳에는 보급고가 부족합니다. 광물이 부족합니다.
There are just too many Marauders. I mean, just the sheer tankiness of all of this. 3-3 upgrades, oh no, finishing right at the end of the attack.
Yeah, when Reyno is pretty much out of units. It was really cool to see him have a couple of Banelings as a flank on the right side. We have another Zergling counterattack trying to get a few SCVs, but I'm afraid it's just a little too late. Reyno running out of steam.
Goodness.
Hero Marine with the 2-0 lead.
Goodness.
On mine, and now maybe Solar can also just have Trap distracted enough to make this fight work. Cross of Battle's already coming down all over the place. The Sentry's already using their force fields up. And suddenly it just seems like Solar will swarm in. Because you had to send some units back to deal with this lane run by and everything, and it's just a mistake to let that through. Trap, can he hold on? No, he cannot. It's too much from Solar. He just jumps on this. And that transition, which he started.
I still remember when I was at an event with Nick and Dan were both casting, and they were tight on time, so they just had to keep going, like game to game to game to game to game. And, you know, they were swapping casters off the desk, but Nick just had to go to the bathroom. He just really, really needed to go. And it was like a Terran versus Terran. I don't remember who was playing, but I remember one of the players was going to win in game number 4. And then started to make mistakes and started to become close. And Nick was so mad at the player that messed up, because then they would have to immediately go into game 5. and then a cheese started, and Nick was like, yes, this is the way to play this map. And it was a quick game. He's like, all right, GG, we're out. This is something that will happen to anyone who does any on-camera work. There always comes a time where the fact that you're an organism begins to interrupt.
Yes! There he is. Fuck you!
A lot in that, but certainly enough to kill a lot of drones, and still so much here for DRG on the actual attack.
And now you have to go and run and deal with this on the fly, right? And DRG can get a Nidus up near his main army, which means he can actually reinforce his main army into the main base of Solar if he wants to. So it gives DRG so many options if you're not getting rid of those Niduses. If there's multiple Niduses up, now DRG really can swing in multiple directions. And DRG is going to...
This guy. Look at this. Dude, I'm telling you, I knew Suka blyat always goes for just bullshit. I've never met blyat that goes for normal play. It's always some stalker cheesy shit. I'm telling you. Don't make same mistakes as I just did, okay? Don't trust the blyat. That's all I'm gonna say.
As well, this is just such an awkward position for both players to be in because there's very little micro potential to avoid these disruptive shots. Oh my god, I'm loving it. What a great PvP best of 5 so far.
Oh, Mana's got to be real careful. That blink is almost done. Whoa, 3 disruptors get picked up. The counter to disruptor is the disruptor in GG. What a game.
Okay.
What a game.
What are they feeding? These Stim liquid.
Banelings, and now he pulls away, losing a lot more Banes in the process. His next round of Banelings aren't ready yet. And Youththermal's reinforcements already showing up from 2 different sides. Well split up, and he is dealing with the Banelings very well. And Lambo has money he can't even spend at the moment as Youththermal just continues pushing up on creep. And, well, there he goes, EG. He didn't take the forward base, but he's still 8-racking it up, and this time just comes straight through the middle. Lambo tries to jump on it early, and it just does not work. His army over here just doesn't stop stimming. As you're going to see, the Ling Bane gets into the natural, though, and that starts to feel dangerous. Looks like enough Marines will just survive. Meanwhile, in the main, this army here is, again, went for that mega drop. He's going to have to load up and get out of there, I think, with the Marines. The Bane's trying to reach. He doesn't load up. He stands and fights it.
Wow.
Wow.
There was definitely a bit of focus fire involved there, but it was also because Rainer's Lings were a bit slower than the Banelings. They're coming in one by one, but yeah, it's going to be...
It's a depressing outlook for the Terran player, isn't it? Hey, maybe you can make something happen if... I don't know, maybe the BCs show up and they manage to do more damage than you expect. Builds a couple, gets them across the map. I'm just trying to be positive, ZG.
Right?
Yeah.
Positive smiles here. Keep
I got like
smiling.
a crazy smile on. Oh, I love this counterattack from Reyno. Just a set of Banes setting up. There's actually just no Hellions, and there's like 7 Marines. And half of them just got caught on the low ground. The other half get into the bunker, which is about to get busted down by Banelings. So it's going to do a lot of damage for Reyno, who just streams in. Now, he is losing drones across the map. The battle cruisers are attacking during this, but they're being chased away by Queens, which are in the plenty, because guess what? Reyno saw this about 4 minutes ago, or a bit less. He actually killed the BC as well, and this is what you would call a bit of a disaster in game number 1.
The disaster.
Because it can come down to positioning. Yep. Special can win in the long, long game.
Like, this is pretty decent positioning over here, I think, for Special at first.
Yeah.
He's down 4 upgrades, but he is winning a fight. How often do you say that? Well, in Mac, maybe it is possible. Cure really has to be careful. Cure is probably wondering what is happening. He's clicking on these units. He's like, you've got no upgrades. Like, how's this game not over yet?
Now warping in Zealots in the main base? I mean, Trap, again, another one of these attacks that I'm like, there's no way that you should ever do this. But I mean, Trap is finding ways to deal damage to make it work. 5 SCVs are down. The Zealots are still alive.
But Hellions are in the main base, and that's going to be painful. There is a shield battery, but there are still 4 Hellions. Can they get one more good shot off? Yes, they can. Trap is only at 13 probes at this point. That's a disastrous situation for Protoss to be in.